Great hotel.
Oh, I wouldn't keep that to.
Oh, you will. I'm just using it for this.
Oh, you can use it for that.
Oh, whoopsie. Looks like I just started. Hello and welcome back. So last time we covered Genesis 10, 11 and 12. And we just had it where Abram was going over to Egypt and he met Pharaoh. So now we're going to carry on with chapter 13 of Genesis. Only, 37 more chapters to go through Genesis, and then we'll go on to Exodus. But anyways, here we are, chapter 13. And Abraham went up out of Egypt, and his wife, and all that he had, Lot with him, into the south. And Abraham was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journeys from the south, even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning between Bethel and Hai, unto the place of the altar which he had made there at the first, and there Abraham called on the name of the Lord. And Lot also, which went with Abraham, had flocks, and herds, and tents. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so they could not dwell together. And there was strife between herdmen and Abram's cattle, and the herdmen of Lot's cattle, and the Canaanites and the Perizzites dwelled then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take from the left hand, then I will go to the right, or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou wast unto Zoar. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent towards Sodom. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly. And the Lord said unto Abraham, after the Lot was separated from him, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed for ever. And I will make thy seed as dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abraham removed his tent, and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord. So now we carry on to chapter 14. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations, that these made war with Braken of Sodom, and with Burk and Shah, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, and Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zor. All of these were joined together in the vale of Siddim, which is the salt sea. 12 years they served Chedorlaomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. And in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Raphaims and Ashtaroth, Caranim, and the Zuzims in Ham, and the Emims in Shavkiriathim, and the Horites in the Mount Seir under Ephraim, which is by the wilderness. And they returned and came in Maspat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites and the Amorites that dwelt within Hazaron Tamar. And there went out the kings of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, the same is Zor, and they joined battle with them in the vale of Siddim. With Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amphel, king of Shinar, and Rioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings with 5. And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell there, and that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all the gods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all victuals, and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abraham the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants born in his own house. 318 pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants by night, and smote them, and pursued them into Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and their people. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and the kings that were with him at the vale of Shavah, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. And he blessed him, and said, Blessed be Abraham of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and the earth. And blessed be the Most High, which hath delivered thine enemies into thy hand, and he give them tithes of all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abraham, Give me the persons, and take the goods thyself. And Abraham said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up mine hand unto the Lord, the Most High, the professor of heaven and earth, but I will not take from a thread even to a shoal crochet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich. Save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of men which went with me, Anna, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their portion. And that would be Genesis chapters 13 and 14, where we have Abraham and Lot, where they separate, but it looks like they come together later on, and Abraham becomes the king of Sodom, And yeah, it didn't say too much about that. But yeah, that was a very interesting couple of chapters. A lot more of genealogy going on, like, and who was kings of where and who's who. So I might have to go over this a couple of times just to familiarise myself again with who is who, where they're from, why they're mentioned, and yeah. But this was a great take, and hope to meet you all again soon for our next reading, or maybe one of my shorts. Okay, bye.